and we see a dark corridor, various colored smokes, the silhouettes of a faun over a desk, many concoctions pouring. We see her with long black hair covering one eye, tiny horns and pale chemical burns, wearing black rubber gloves and apron. A potion explodes in green smoke, that smoke transitioning to some greenish potion at her belt. 3 halflings armed with weapons charging at her. She hurls a potion into the face of one. The face of this halfling melts as it hits, and then it zooms in on Nyx as she wipes the sweat from her brow, and then the screen wipes to Ysara going ham on some ham in a tavern. Large-framed orc woman with short black hair, piercing yellow eyes, and mighty thews. She rips a loaf of bread from the table, tearing a bite out of it. As the bite is torn asunder, so does the scene change to Ysara, hot, heavy, and sweaty, going to town on her workout routine. As the barbell hits the ground, it bounces, and the scene that starts under the bounce is Ysara in the fighting pit, battling a heavily built clockwork with knife hands. It jabs, she dodges, it uppercuts, she sidesteps. Then like a rock'em sock'em robot, she replies in kind with her own uppercut, sending the clockwork's head flying, changing the scene to an arcane chandelier that pans down a huge library to a goblin, long ruffled reddish-brown hair, androgynous face, glowing red eyes behind glasses, simple unkempt robes. Next to them, a big chalkboard scribed with runes and notes. The goblin is furiously flipping through the pages of the book. The runes on the board begin to shift, move, until they read Gingko. A blue glowing light radiates until it flashes the screen. Then we see Gingko in the streets, not fucking around, crossbow locked and loaded, aiming and releasing, flies across the screen, flying past a hooded figure that steps out of an alley into a busy street, the appearance of a young human woman, brown chin-length bob haircut, dark brown eyes with a dark hood and robe, which in a flourish she spins, whips it off, stuffing it into a backpack. As the cape blocked our view of her for but a moment, the vision of her is replaced, and instead a middle-aged woman, long blonde hair, slightly overweight, limps into the crowd. 2 guards run from the alley, pause a moment to perceive their surroundings, then begin to run right past the portly blonde lady. It begins to rain. We see a shot of the face of the lady smile as the camera pans up to the rain, then back down again as we see the former form of Dwen hooded, standing in the rain, a silhouette approaching from behind. She turns quickly. No one is there. The camera switches to the other side. We see the figure behind Dwen again, but this time we pan down to see Dwen's rapier in a backward thrust impaled into this assailant. We switch to a shot of what we now see a masked robed figure impaled, leaps back reaching for something in the sleeve of their robe as a dagger flies into the forehead of this person, dropping them as we see from away Dwen cleaning her rapier of blood in a single flick. Then we see the 4 of our heroes back to back, camera from an upper shot as it spins around, spinning down to a shot from below. We see the 4 figures, our heroes, standing in a row with the night sky behind them, an ominous red star in the middle, and then the fucking title drops.
Words from a lullaby, and bringing you to cold eyes.
Yeah, that just happened.
And then the fucking title drops.